So this is going to be a quick walkthrough on how to best build a gang sheet through our site. So you want to go to our website at lucidinkprinting.com and click Shop Now. From here, the magic number to know is this 30 by 12. You can click this in 90% of people's scenarios. Once you click on it, click the Build Your Own Gang Sheet. The next screen here, it's going to ask you to upload your images. Click on that, and from here, you can upload as many images as you possibly want. Now, you will see that the system has flagged that this particular image has a background. Our website does have a background remover on it. However, it does not always work perfectly fine. However, I believe that easily, again, 90% of the scenarios, it's going to do it correctly. So what you can do from here after it gives you this warning is click Remove Background. The system will remove the background for you, and you can click this before and after button to see what your original image looked like versus what it looks like now. If you want to go a step further, right here you can change the background color so that you can understand what the image looks like. But again, that background, it is not going to print like that because changing these colors are for viewing purposes only. So click Apply. Now what you have is it's showing you all three of the images that you've uploaded. Now what you can do is if you look next to each image, it shows you the current size of that image. Well, sometimes you might upload an image. This one, for example, is essentially 11 inches wide, but that's not how big I want it. This particular image is going to go on a youth, so maybe I just want it 8 inches wide. You can click here and manually change that to 8. Do not adjust the height, for best practices at least. Do not mess with the lock ratio. Only change the width. So here, I want this one to be a little bigger. I want it to be 12 inches wide. This one, we're going to do this one as a small left chest at 3.5 inches wide. Right here under each image, you will see it has a number 1. This represents quantities of prints that you want. Let's say this first image, I want to do 10 prints of this. I want to do 5 prints of this image. And then this small left chest, I'm going to get 20 prints. Now, a common thing that people ask is, what if I need multiple sizes of the same image? What you could do is you could click the duplicate button. Now you see it's created a whole nother section directly next to the original. Well, this one, you can now size it out to whatever you want. Hey, this is going to go on a 3XL shirt, so I want this thing to be bigger at 14 inches wide. And maybe I only need 2 of these. Once you have input the details that you need for all of your prints, all you have to do is click the Apply button, and it's going to auto build the gang sheet for you. So here it's showing me, hey, it's gonna take a 30 by 120 to get what I'm asking for. However, on this image here, I can see that there's some leftover space. It's important to understand you are going to pay for that space whether you use it or not. So I would encourage you to either add more prints or add another design you might be curious to. If you want to do either of those options, just click Continue. Now you see that empty space is still down here at the bottom. Well, in the top left-hand corner, you can click, again, Upload Images. Now go find another image that you might have. This image, unfortunately, is going to have a background on it. Ignore that. We're going to skip past that point. And I had to choose the largest images I possibly have so that it takes a moment for it to populate. Now, the image is uploaded over here. So what I can do is just click this, boom. It has now added that image onto the page. While this image is still selected, you see over here it shows the width. So maybe I want to say, hey, I just want this image at 5 inches. What you could do is manually move this image over. And if you want more of them, you can come back on the left side of the screen and click duplicate image and add as many as you want to fill that space up. So it's important to understand that when you're on this Gangsheet page, you can zoom in and out, okay? One of the most overlooked things is that on the far left hand of the screen, there is the gear icon for settings. If you click on that, you'll see it gives you the option to have a visual aid. What this is going to do is it's going to change the background color just so you can get a better understanding of how your prints look on this Gangsheet. So it is not going to print this black. It is only there as a visual aid. Once you've got your Gangsheet built, some people want to sit in here and get their images as close as possible to each other and conserve as much space and or add as many prints as possible. That's not a problem. So I'm going to downsize this image just a little bit to show you something. As long as the images are not literally overlapping each other, you will not have any problem. What's going to happen in just a moment when I continue forward, the system is going to tell me that it recognizes that boxes are overlapping. However, the system is only recognizing the actual box that is around the image. That box is not printing. It's just, let's just say, an outline to the image itself. So therefore, as long as, again, this green box is not literally there, as long as this image is not literally touching the other print, then when it gives me an overlapping warning, I can ignore that. So once you've made any changes to this Gangsheet you want, you can see actually here it shows images are overlapping. But I know that none of these images are literally overlapping. So when you click Save and Add to Cart, it's going to ask you a few questions here. You can name your Gangsheet, as this stuff can save to your profile and you can reference it later. Ideally, you are going to want all green options here. However, I will tell you that 90% of our clients are purchasing images off Etsy and exporting out of Canva. A lot of times, those services, their images are going to be flagged as a low resolution image. However, that does not mean that your print is going to look bad. As long as the image you are using is 300 DPI or more, you should get good quality out of your print. The reason is the system is very sensitive. It recognizes that the images are not the highest quality, essentially, that they can be. So it's going to throw you that error. Again, that does not always mean that your print is going to look bad, as long as you have done your due diligence to make sure it is 300 DPI or higher. So you could skip through all this by clicking Print Anyways, and then agree to the fact that you own the rights to this artwork, and you can check out. Now from this point forward, it's a normal checkout process. If you need your prints as fast as possible, sometimes we're able to get jobs done within 2 hours. You could click right here for the skip the line feature. So if I click this, this will be added to my cart and it costs $15.99. But what that means is you have now entered a priority queue, and we know you need your prints as fast as possible. So from this point, you can continue, check out, pay, and move on. A lot of people build their gang sheets from mobile phones and from tablets. If you do not see the skip the line feature there, then you can go back to the search engine that's on our website and type in skip the line and then add it to your cart. After you click checkout, it's going to give you two options here. Either we can ship your prints or you can pick them up locally. Well, if you choose to pick them up locally, you will see that right here it says one more location. What that means is you can either pick up your prints during our normal business hours, which are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or you can click that you would like after hours pickup on your prints. What that means is that when we complete your prints, even if it's late into the night, even if it's at 5 o'clock when we finish, we will put your prints in our outside after hours pickup section for you, and then we will email a notification to you of which number locker your prints will be in. This is great for people that need to place orders on Friday and you need to pick them up over the weekend when we are closed. This is a great option there. So I believe most of that should get you through. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And as always, we genuinely appreciate your support. And I promise we are constantly trying to find ways to help on the customer service end. We want to make things easy for everybody, and we want to help guide you the best we can. Thanks so much.